If I had to pick one book for teenagers to sell in an airport kiosk, I wouldn't even think twice. We'll talk about why The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins is the perfect read for a long flight, but maybe not a whole lot more, right after this.
What's going on, you guys? You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. I just wish I could have done this review under lighter circumstances. But given what happened last week in Texas, we have adopted a mentality that only this movie could bring. The Hunger Games catching fire, Us Weekly Collector's Edition magazine, going behind the scenes of the sequel to the well-received, according to fans of the book series, movie of the same name, The Hunger Games, the adaptation by Suzanne Collins. 130 hot photos, well, I would say hot, in regards to Jennifer Lawrence, even though I despise her with all my being. New interviews, cast diaries, and stories from the set. Plus, there's a sweepstakes promo for how you can win a trip to Hawaii, the place where The Hunger Games catching fire was shot. Retail price was $11.99. I got it for 99 cents, and I got it for 50% off, which means I paid 49 cents. 2 quarters, 50 cents with a penny less for this. It's really immersive, which is a hallmark of any good behind-the-scenes magazine or book that goes into a movie franchise that teens can't get enough of. Even though I don't like The Hunger Games, to pay 49 cents for this, I think, is incredibly impressive. Guys, I wish I could have done this video under better circumstances. It's been a week since the Sutherland Springs, Texas shooting, the deadliest church shooting in American history. I feel like we have adopted the Hunger Games mentality of kill or be killed. You know, the Hunger Games, it's all about killing or being killed. It's a battle of survival between Katniss and Peter and Gale and all the residents of Pan Am District. By the way, if you fail to show up at the Hunger Games, you're punished by a public whipping. This is kind of weird. See this? That's weird. The caged bodice was meant to look like frozen flames. I don't understand all the capital fashion, but maybe you do. Anyway, back to my point. We have adopted the Hunger Games mentality of killing or being killed. Or in the case of Sutherland Springs, Texas, and the shootings in Las Vegas, it's killing and being killed. We need to do some drastic stuff to fix this country, because we're going to end up killing ourselves before global warming does. You can blame Trump, Republicans, or you can blame the mental health stigma, which is the thing that gets most likely to be blamed. But I blame the lack of common sense that we have. Thou shalt not kill. It's not a religious thing. It's not a thing of race. It's just a human thing. So please, can we all do some drastic stuff now before we have another mass shooting on our hands? Another thing I despise, to a lesser extent, but I despise, is Jennifer Lawrence and her attitude towards her fans. Yes, J-Law is hot. She's hot as hell. But I do not like the way she is with her fans. I have heard a horror story on Clever News that says that she is rude to her fans, and she has a reason for it. She says that she wants to keep her life as an actress and her life as a person completely separate. And I get that's a pretty decent reason, but that comes at the expense of your fans, who idolize you because you are permanently attached to this franchise. There's no way you can escape that stigma. Own it, embrace it, make it your own, and embrace your fans. Because you, J-Law, for not embracing your fans, are one of the biggest bitches I've ever known on the face of the planet. One of the hottest bitches, one of the sexiest bitches, but one of the biggest bitches I know. And that's not cool. Fuck Jennifer Lawrence, fuck the Hunger Games, I'm staying away from the book, unless it's signed by Suzanne, or J-Law, or Liam, or Josh, or any one of the cast members. And I'm also staying away from the DVDs for the original Hunger Games, Mockingjay, and the Catching Fire two-parter. No, that's the Mockingjay two-parter, not Catching Fire. Can you tell I don't like the Hunger Games? And you want to know why I don't like the Hunger Games? By the way, this is the sweepstakes promo for a trip to Hawaii, whatever. I'm angry because of the tragedy in St. Springs, Texas. Because I don't blame the fans per se, but I blame the hype that they created around the love story between Katniss and Peter. And possible love triangle between Katniss, Peter, and Gale. Maybe even Finnick, I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. That sort of hype between Katniss and Peter has diluted what was supposed to be an otherwise decent dystopian action thriller. It watered down the Hunger Games for me, and that's why I'm staying away from it. I apologize for swearing. I apologize for being discombobulated. I apologize for getting angry. The radiator was going off the entire time I was doing this video, but I was just so flabbergasted at the fact that we may have another tragedy, and I may have to do another response video. It's like the Hunger Games. Kill or be killed. Or kill and be killed. Please, we need to wake up. One final note to mention. These are the 5 giant posters in the Us Weekly Hunger Games magazine. These 2 are double-sided. This one is not. That's Liam Hemsworth. And if anything, he's a stand-up guy. He acknowledged the fans in a very heartfelt way on Instagram during the world premiere, either the Mockingjay two-parter or Catching Fire. He quoted, "Thank you so much to all of the amazing fans. Love you guys." He's a stand-up fella, even though he's dating Miley Cyrus, and I can't say the same for Jennifer Lawrence. These 2 posters are double-sided, Finnick and Peter. Turn them over, and you have their real-life counterparts, Josh Hutcherson and Sam Claflin, with quotes about them on romance. Same thing with Liam. I'm not above buying books that go deep into the making of the Hunger Games, so if I see any of them, I'll probably buy them and will report back to you if I buy them. But for now, the Hunger Games is not worthy of being in my library. That's for damn sure. Thank you guys so much for watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Since I'm already in an angry mood, I'll just say this. I do Jennifer Lawrence, but if I catch her being rude to a fan, there's gonna be hell to pay. It will not be tolerated. Just like insubordination and failure to attend the Hunger Games in Pan Am will not be tolerated. You guys have a good rest of your day.
The Hunger Games is one of those books that I felt like I ought to like. It's fast-paced and pretty well plotted. It's also got strong, mostly likable main characters, a guy and a girl in case you're picky about that kind of thing. And like I said in the intro, if you've got a cross-country plane ride coming up, this book will definitely keep your attention for at least that long. There's 380 pages worth of suspense, 380 pages of wondering about what will happen to Katniss and Peeta, about whether they will kill or be killed. Because that's what the games at the heart of this book are really all about. Survival and killing. Only one player can win, and neither Katniss nor Peeta will be going down without a fight. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the blood and violence that made this story a little tiresome. It was that this survival game never really felt anchored in the world that Suzanne Collins was trying to build. It was like she was trying to tie in some bigger themes about political resistance and being true to yourself, but all that kind of fell flat. None of which makes The Hunger Games a book you shouldn't read. But, like many airport bestsellers, it just may not be the kind of story that sticks with you once you've reached your destination.